Hello, my fellow rock and rollers. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving today. I know I did. I just want to make this quick video because, like a lot of people, I just finished watching the first volume of the final season of Stranger Things, and I just want to share my quick thoughts. Obviously, spoilers ahead. I literally just finished it like 10 minutes ago, so my no script, no structure, just my first thoughts about what happened. And yeah, so let's begin. I guess the first big one is Will has powers, which is interesting. It's going to be really curious to see where that goes. Like, I know a lot of questions pop in, like, how strong is he? Is he stronger than Vic? No, probably not, because, that'd be, you can't have a hero stronger than the main villain, because then what's the point of the threat? Is he stronger than Eleven? Does he have the same powers as her? Is his powers limited? Like, we'll probably get to figure all this stuff out later on. It was just such a kind of an interesting twist that, I don't know, part of me feels like it came out of nowhere. So and then another part of me thinks, well, maybe they've been building to it, but thinking back to the previous seasons, I don't really see how. Obviously, probably in the next volume or even the last episode, it's all going to be revealed. So I'm kind of, waiting off on that to see how that plays out. But yeah, Will has powers. That's interesting. And the next, where would I rank it? Now, granted, it's only 4 episodes, so you can't really, rank it fully. But as of right now, I would rank it, honestly, right in between. I think seasons 1 and 4 are better. Seasons 2 and 3, I would put, so far, me personally, I would put this first half of season 5 in between. I think it's better than 2 and 3 so far. We'll see how that, plays out in the next half that comes out. The one thing that kind of took me out at first was the first episode is kind of a slog. It takes a while to get going, which maybe that's on purpose because it's been so long since the last season, which is 2022, so almost 4 years ago the show was on, which that leads into a bigger problem with this show, which we'll get to in a little bit. I'm going to get my other quick thoughts out of the way first. Episode 1 ends, and then it ramps up from there. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 are better. But yeah, I would say episode 1, like I said, a bit of a slog. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 were better. I was, engaged all the way through. I was kind of curious. Oh, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? I guess, screw it. No, I'm trying, like I said, no structure. The biggest question that's in my mind, and maybe even a lot of people's, is, like, how are they going to end this? And will people like it? What I mean by that is, let's be honest. This show's been out for, 10 years, basically. You just do a little bit of rounding. And they've had 43 episodes in 10 years. And they've, in a couple seasons, mainly, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, they had huge gaps in between them. Usually with shows, like, every year a new season comes out. There's speculations. Fans are buzzing. But with shows like this, like, they take so much time in between. Granted, like, myself, like, I'm curious to see how it ends. But then another part of me is like, who really cares? Like, granted, like, I liked this first half. I thought it was good, but that question popped up again. Like, it's been, almost 4 years, like I said, since the last season. Like, how many people are still interested? We all know people's attention spans are not that good in modern day. Yeah, this show, it has, it's the name, Stranger Things, nostalgic of the first season. But, again, like, do people really even care? At the time of this recording, this first half came out, I think, roughly 24 hours ago, and I've seen some chatter of it online, but not as much as you think for, like, the final season of Stranger Things, the show that kind of made Netflix. Again, it didn't make Netflix, but it was one of the first shows that just pushed the boundaries. So, I'm curious to see, like, the numbers, how this is going to do. Granted, like, this is just the first half, so maybe some people are waiting for the whole season to be released. They can just binge watch all 8 seasons. That could be. Yeah, I just don't know. So, like, we have, like, basically a full month for the next episodes, and I'm just really curious. Because, like I mentioned earlier, I don't. How can I put this? I don't know a way they can end this in which every single person is happy. Like, this might be kind of hard to explain, but it's been so long. And because of that, there's been so much fan speculations. Fans have their theories, about, oh, I think it should end like this. I think it should end like this. Like, the expectations are so high I don't think, is it even possible that this final season could deliver those expectations? Like, it feels like it's almost too high. Like, if the final episode falls short, like, everyone's going to flip a switch and hate it, is what it feels like, to me anyway. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I see a few things that bug me. One, I think there's way too many characters in this. I mean, granted, last season's, had this too, but here, like, you're jumping between this group of characters and this group, and it's kind of confusing. Like, okay, like, there's so many people, like, I wish the cast was, I wish they start killing people, which, I mean, they might do. I mean, this is the final season, stakes are high, like, that could be a possibility what they're going for. But we'll just have to wait and see. One thing I will say, though, one positive I love Vecna's new look. I think it's totally cool. I think it's slightly tweaked from a season 4, but it's so much better, in my opinion. I am excited for the second volume. I'm really curious to see how this show ends. I mean, it has lost its novelty in a way. I think if this final season came out before COVID, like the first season, actually, let me look it up real quick on my computer here. When did the first season of Stranger Things come out? July 2016. So, okay. It's been 5 seasons, so what? Summer 2016, summer 17, 18, 19, 20. If this show was like a normal TV show that came out, a season every year, and it ended in 2020, I think people would be hype off the walls. Granted, it's already, this last season is going to do big numbers for Netflix, but I think if they just scrunched it like a normal TV shows used to be, it would have been a gargantuan hit. It would be hype, people would love it, but like I mentioned earlier, these last 2 seasons especially, there's so much time in between. Now, granted, the last episode was like an hour and 30 minutes almost. These are long episodes, but still, I feel like they could have trimmed it if they just condensed it in those, like a normal show, in 5 years, 5 seasons every year, 5 seasons, once a year. I think it would have been greater. I think it would have been better. That's just my opinion. But, like I said, this is just a quick thoughts video I wanted to share. I am excited to see the second volume and the final episode. I'm going to be tuning in on, I think it's Christmas Day it comes out, the next volume, and then New Year's is the last episode. I will be there to discuss my thoughts, so I'm curious, what do you guys think? Comment below, and did you like it? Did you not? I want to hear your thoughts.